Hey, what's going on? Hey, hey. Here back in the virtual production shared project. Working on some bits. Got these live streams here every week, and we're just showing off bits and bobs that we've been working on. Namely in the world of virtual broadcasts and live events. We've been working on this shared project, and it's been a great way to figure this stuff out. This project is free to download on GitHub, and we've got the link in the description. And it's just totally open source. As long as you got the live streaming toolkit, even a trial version of it, or the off-world live composure tools, you can get going making some of this awesome stuff. Obviously, Unreal Engine being free, and you can get a community version of the live streaming toolkit, or if you're using it non-commercially, you can use it for free and super affordable once you start making money off of it. And you're able to just try out this stuff as quick as possible. So we're making this shared project as a means to just making some awesome configs for people to use, just to get going in this world of sort of doing virtual production stuff. What I've been working on in here is this UI switcher. It's just got a little kind of HUD, and it's very simple at the moment, but it's based off of classic TV switches. Hold up. And yeah, this TV switcher is super interesting route to be going down in terms of organizing like what's being shown on your final stream. So the idea with this is that we're getting information from Unreal Engine, we're getting the scene, and so I've just launched this as a little picture in editor. So this could actually render the whole viewport in the background because it's just a HUD over the viewport. I've just put this option here to turn the viewport off. That way you can keep frames per second really high. And what this is doing is it's going to preview each of these camera shots. So you got camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and you can even have those on sequences moving around and stuff. And that way it's just a little bit more like a real TV broadcast studio. You got the ability, let's make this a little bit bigger. Hey Burhan, nice to see you in here. I'm just showing off this TV switcher thing that I've been figuring out, but if you got any questions or anything about other workflows and stuff, feel free to jump in. So yeah, the idea of this is that you might have like camera 1, you might want to see it, you might want to pause it, you might also want to check out camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. You can see what all your cameras are doing. And this wouldn't really be used alongside this viewport usually. You'd probably want to turn this off and have like all of your sequences and stuff already set up here. So yeah, you got this ability to preview what's going on here. I've just got this flame material just to show this, like as a debug for the fact that it's moving, shows that it's a live stream of that footage. And these are just really low res render targets from the cameras. But you can see my FPS is like below what it should be at the moment. So that's why I've got this ability to pause. So now I've just got these 2 render targets running. We've got this viewport running, so maybe turning this off might save a little bit. around 60-ish. So then so like you might want camera 1 running for a start. So this is kind of like the TV switcher method. You got camera 1, so you can program 1, and you can, that's just like your internal check to see if it's running all right before you're actually putting it to broadcast. So once that program 1 is checked and you can see like, oh, that's a shot I want to see, shot I want to use, you can press preview 1, and that is now going to be sending this out to wherever it wants to go. We can now turn this one off, this preview, and you can see that the program is paused, but the preview is still going out. This again, just to try and save frames per second wherever possible. So we can turn off these previews, and then, you know, we're at over 100, which is really good. Broadcast standard is like, well, you would like, it needs to be over 50 frames per second with a bit of overhead. So 50 frames per second is always good to aim for. So, you know, you might want to then preview camera 4. Hit program for that. You can check that it's running. And then you can preview 4. That's going to switch your camera. Just checking this frames per second. It's still staying fairly high. Not too bad. Pausing that will again help that. So I'm really thinking about performance this whole way through. Yeah, I'm sort of trying to reduce that risk of going low performance wise. And that's what I've set up so far, just this queuing kind of system. Also got this output button. Got the resolution for this overall render target. You probably want that at full, because this is the actual output. So you can press output spout. Really simple button for now. But if you press that, you can then pull this up as a spout source in another program. It should come up as spout UE. I just need to spout it once again. Spout UE, and there we go. In our other program, we got the chosen spout source. So that's just as an example that you can send this stuff out live. If I make this source really small, just so we can see it here, we can also send this out. We can just show that you can change the camera, so we can make sure it's running. And then preview. It's cool. To be honest, we could have these all paused and just hot switch between these, because the way I set it up, there's one camera that jumps around, so this one's always going to be running, so you can't kind of turn that off. So I guess that's again saving resources a little bit. Like we could just like flick it on to check that it's what we want it to be, pause it again, and then, you know, program or preview. You can also pause this one up here, I believe. Oh no, okay. I was thinking of ways to keep this frame rate high. This camera 4 is running there. But yeah, just shows how you can do this switching between these sources. And that's going out to spout in a really simple way. But yeah, you can switch that to NDI as well. I've just set it up already with a name going out kind of thing. Yeah, that's where the Switch is at the moment. Hey Jen, by the way, nice to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Just I've moved my stream to tomorrow, so I'm just going to do that tomorrow.
Cool, cool. Yeah.
What is today's stream about? Heard about switching spout and like.
Yeah, it's just um little updates really. It's just been just done some changes to this switcher thingy. So um it's just kind of a queuing system for for these render targets. And like in my scene I've just got um it's got like these three cameras, or I think there's four camera shots. Yeah, four here. But these are all just sending out really low res render targets, and that's just for like this these previews. So they're all just like 480 kind of resolution. I'm just trying to make sure the frame rate doesn't go too low, and so just like given the ability to like pause all of these. And then this camera with this red dot above it is the one that actually just jumps from position to position, and that's sort of what the overall live stream is doing. Um, so you can. So this is just a picture and editor running, so it's just another whole instance of the game. So I've just got you can turn off the viewport for it, and then it's just like copying TV switcher kind of stuff. So you can like program, which is like a preview. So preview is actually what's going out live, the actual output, and program is like queuing it up to go. So you can kind of see the angle that you want to cut to at kind of a lower res. And then you can press preview and that'll be going out. And like these can all be paused for the previews to kind of save resolution and that. But then in that final camera, it's going to go out playing because it is just that camera taking the position. Like that render target's always running out. So it's just like trying to figure out a kind of camera switching system really. I think yeah, could be cool for streamers as well and like podcasters potentially. But it's always a performance thing, you know. I'm always like thinking about the performance. Get sending all these render targets around is risky business. But yeah, look, not loads to update on other than that. I was just gonna kind of work on it in here. Um, something else that I found is really cool, and like I'm just finishing off the tutorials for this, but I just kind of wanted to update that we've been doing offline rendering composure stuff and found some really cool tricks. You can actually get like, so this alien is just a like talent plane, so it's not actually CG. It's just a funny example for like some green screen content. I found that in the actual render you can do depth of field. So I've been looking for ways to do this for ages to get like talent out of focus in these shots because it's just really nice for like a sense of depth of field. Um, and for some reason, I've just found that with our video plane placement, you can like put the alien in 3D space and really easily just like if this is out of focus, then you know that the final render is going to be out of focus, or like you know if your focal length is getting it in focus, and you know it's going to be in focus in the final render. But in the composure preview, it's still totally in focus. But then at the point where it renders out, um, actually has that depth of field. Just like totally randomly found that the other day, but really awesome for offline rendering. Hey, yeah, hey, Baron. Let me know your issue. Feel free to jump in. Not got loads more to show, so I'm down to just yeah, try to figure out anything you're looking to figure out. Facing an issue, adding L360 to sequencer gets a crash. What's the error message on the crash? Is it a GPU? I'm guessing it'll be. Yeah, shouldn't get crashes just adding 360 to sequencer. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know the error message for that. Probably is a the kind of classic was it like Unreal Engine GPU crash. This is a really common thing. It's actually in the so GPU crash or D3D device removed. Unreal actually has this link for it in the docs. But if it's not that error message, it'll be something else. But this is actually a really common thing because Unreal just something like it doesn't act like most programs when something takes longer to work out. So what is it? Not there. So yeah, Windows has a safeguard to prevent applications from locking up by using too much memory. So then Unreal is obviously quite often using loads of memory. It might take, so yeah, when a process takes too long to complete, Windows will crash Unreal. Kill the GPU driver. So you have to like put this buffer in basically. Quite interesting. Okay. So it's a sequencer. It's a sequencer crash. Could you scroll down to the bottom of that one and send that? Cool. So are you adding it in this kind of way? Guessing you're doing something like this, adding it here, keyframe. Something like that. And at the point of like pressing play like this, you're getting the crash, is that right? Hmm. Single image as well. You do kind of need to run it through sequences still just to render a single image, especially with this 360 cam. Dragging or adding cam to sequencer to get a crash. See that again. Unreal Editor, movie scene tools. What version of Unreal is this in? So is Unreal Editor Movie Scene Tools a plugin? No. Movie Scene Tools. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, feel free to share your screen. Feel free to jump on the chat as well if you want to, but no pressure. Sure. Have you tried doing this in a sequence that doesn't have that whole level instancing going on? Just to see if that's causing it. Because I have heard of other people having crashes with level
Hello.
streaming as well. Hey.
Actually, it's getting crash again and again. So I tried several times in the sequencer.
Have you tried it with one without those levels being loaded in like a blank
Mm,
sequence?
without that, I haven't tried.
Mm. Could be worth trying that just to see if it is to do with the
Without the
sequence.
sequencer.
Mm.
What to do? Can you please guide me?
Yeah, can you make a new level sequence?
New level or a new level
Just
sequence?
just sequence, yeah, just any
Okay,
sequence.
okay. Yes.
Cool. And then just try adding the 360 cam just to this blank sequence.
Okay. New or that existing one?
Try. Can I see the existing one if you click on it?
Yeah, this is the existing one.
Yeah, could yeah, try that one. Yeah.
Track.
Yeah.
Okay. After to sequencer, add MLS.
Okay, so cool. You're able to add it without the level streaming going on. So that's interesting.
Can I try it once because it's a random error and I can't can I add once more?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, might come up.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
it's a crash.
Very strange. Very strange. Strangely, it doesn't look.
Sometime I'm changing the camera.
Mm,
Sometime I'm changing the level sequencer. Sometime I'm changing the scene as well.
mm, yeah.
I tried all these permutation combination.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you scroll? Uh, Wait. I can see the error message in here.
Yeah, yeah, I have copy paste here.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a GPU error or somewhat like what's the error?
It doesn't look like GPU because it's just pulling up Unreal Editor, sequencer, stuff like that. What you could try is trying to lower the resolution of that render target.
Yeah, I am rendering it in a 4K only.
Yeah. But just as
But in 9K it's get out of memory, video out of memory. I'm rendering only in 4K. Sometimes it gets rendered out some images, like these are the images.
mm,
But like in 2 or 3 hours, it's rendered one image, because after doing this kind of stuffs.
yeah, okay. Let's see.
Any other option without sequencer to render out the image? Like, yeah,
Yeah, sure.
again crash.
Yeah. So, could you try open it up again one more time?
Sorry.
Could you try open that level up again one more time?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And just thinking maybe if you load the camera in with the render target paused, and then maybe try play that from unpause that from the sequencer, could work just as a test.
Yeah, open. What to do?
So are you streaming a lot of levels here? Do you have a lot
Yeah,
system
yeah.
level?
I am streaming about 6, 7 to 8 levels.
Yeah. It might be worth testing this with a lot of these hidden, like maybe hide all but one, and see what happens, just to see if it's the streaming that's causing it.
So what to do?
Press like the hide button for all of these streaming levels.
Sorry, I can't get you.
So the eyeball on the so you got your list of levels under your persistent level. You have your in there.
Yeah, eye level. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I off
Yeah.
all the?
Try hiding all of them. Cool, cheers, Jin. So yeah, I've not used this with so many streaming levels. So be interesting to see if this gives any issues.
Yeah, but it's because in one level I can't place all the foliage or vegetation, so that's why I have make the different levels to bifurcate the actors or a machine to that.
Mm.
And after that I have merged it. Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
I have off
Cool. Yeah.
all the levels.
So yeah, it's probably going to be that you're loading like so much, such a big scene.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's very big.
it's worth testing this. Just to see, can you, like, now that these are all hidden, can you now add this to a new sequence? Maybe make it a new sequence again, just so you haven't got that sequence that
Okay.
like unhides all of your levels.
Yeah, made the new sequence.
Cool. And then just add the camera to that one.
This one only or a new?
The camera to the new. Yeah, just that one. Yeah.
Adding this one only.
Yeah. But you were getting a crash even with this, weren't you? Hopefully this shouldn't crash because you've got all of this hidden now.
Yeah, it's added.
Cool. So it looks like you haven't got a crash this time from that. So is
Can I add again one? Can I again add once again?
I would. I think so. I think so. I would say try and show some stuff. I think it's interesting that your crash is only saying level sequence. Let me just Google the crash message that you're getting, but it's quite generic actually, so it's not giving us
Can
much.
I do this like I off all the persistence level or all the levels here in
Yeah,
the level step,
yeah.
and I add here level sequencer and level instancing.
Maybe. I have a feeling that, when you get to the point where all of these levels are showing again, you may well get that crash again, but it could be worth loading them with a small delay each time and just wait for that sequence to play through and load.
Here I can add like wait 1 minute, only 1 minute.
Sure, sure.
Like,
Yeah, it's just quite a generic error you've got there, just like sequencer crash.
no, it's opening every time I load to the level visibility.
So
It's opening.
I would try and load those levels staggered in steps, because if you tell it to just load all of that at once, that may well cause a crash. So
Yeah.
if you take each of these little each of the level visibility bars in the sequence and just nudge them each to the right a little bit, so that they're loading with a little bit of a delay in between. So you can
So
drag the green bar.
hidden or like
You can just drag that green bar to the right a little bit. So the yeah,
this.
I guess keep them. I think if the normal state is hidden, if they're already set to hidden, you can keep it green because that will make it shown.
Because it's all are loading when I put it to here only.
So can you drag the bars, like the whole row of green bars that you have there in the sequence?
Green balls where
The bars in the sequence. So you've got each level visibility track. You've got, yeah, and just drag that to the right a little bit.
right click properties and this hidden. This
You can keep it visible. You can keep it visible and just drag it to the right.
yeah, it's get visible. All the visible.
Yeah. Okay.
Should I add the camera?
No, you want to add the camera first into the sequence and have everything invisible, and then you want to set it to load each little part of the level step by step in a slower, so that it's not loading it all at the same time.
Okay, should I first I add camera and after that I add this?
Yeah, just to see if it works. Just to see if you're loading too much of the scene at once.
Yeah, because it's loading around 1 lakh hectares.
What was that? Sorry, loading around.
1 lakh.
Uh oh. Uh, one lag.
Yeah, 1 lakh.
Cool. Fair enough. Also, if you're just taking stills, by the way, you can use Unreal Engine's built-in panoramic capture tool.
No, but the quality I can't get in that.
Okay, cool. Um, so yeah, I would suggest just staggering the loading of those level visibilities. So the you need to go into the track.
Yeah, see, I can't add the camera on also.
You should be able to add it there for sure. Uh, I think you need to drag it into your level.
No, I can't add the camera in the level only.
So if you have the viewport open, you can drag it in. Yeah. Cool, and I should be able to search it in your.
But it's not visible in the layer only.
You might be able to search it. It might have gone inside one of those folders.
Okay, persistence level is off.
So yeah, I would just suggest staggering the loading of all of these levels because you have too much being loaded up at once, and that's probably what's causing that crash.
So your recommendation about the PC, can you please suggest me of what configuration PC is required to render this in 9K or in 10K?
Probably like a 4090 would be good to get, and then any PC that supports that. Yeah, I'd say if you're rendering this big of a scene in 360, it's going to take all as good a GPU as you can get for sure. You've also got this kernel 32 as part of the error message.
3060 12 GB.
Yeah, but this kernel 32 part of the error message is worth looking into. This is usually relates to DirectX 12, so you could look at rolling back to DirectX 11, and that can sometimes let you load stuff a bit better, but it would be not using Lumen and things.
Where to check like project setting DirectX 11?
Yeah, you go here. I can't remember what it's called. Try searching DirectX. Try searching SM5. Just the letters SM. Yeah, so the shader format is this SM5. You could try unticking this DirectX 12, but that would be a last resort, I think. Then that would take a lot of shader rebuilding, but I would try that if nothing else works. But before that, you should try this loading the 360 camera in, and then one by one loading each part of your level with a little bit of a delay in that sequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Because I just think that it's the fact that you press go, or you load the camera in, and then it's just everything is being thrown at it all at once. It's having to load all of those massive levels all at once. If you just find a way to just be like, load this piece, and then 2 seconds later load the next piece, give it 2 seconds, load the next piece, it should more slowly, it should put less pressure on the system. You should be able to load that up.
Okay, fine. Fine, man, fine. I would try and get it back to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know if any of that works, or if it doesn't work, please do jump in the chat. Always here to help. Always here to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
No
Thank you
problem.
so much.
No problem. I'm good. Nice to see you in here, Baron, as well. How you doing? Hello. Yeah, not got loads of progress in this stream this time, but yeah, hanging out. What you been up to?
Trying to finish a text that I need to send to so many people, including possibly the Epic Mega Grind thing.
Okay, cool.
It's so much work.
Yeah.
What's up with the feed within the feed within the feed, and there's like a mirror effect? I see like my hand being flipped. It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, I guess Discord flipping the it flips your camera so that you can see yourself as other people see you. I was just looking at the Discord chat while that guy was working out his stream. Yeah.
I see. But But yeah, I can't wait to get back into Unreal and programming stuff, but I'm kind of stuck on just I have to meet so many people and like submit this the text that describe what I'm trying to do and all of that.
Mm. So
Yeah,
you're looking at making this kind of proposal and sending it out to a few people.
yeah, exactly. Well, I got in touch with curators who are really curious about what I'm doing, and I need to apply for grants, and so I feel kind of distracted by this stuff in a way. But it's I mean it's
Yeah.
worth it, and it helps me reflect on what I'm trying to do. So that's why I still take it seriously.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's still like we've had that off as well. Like it's still just a good route to just getting some feedback, or just assessing where you're at with your stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and finding ways to explain it better so people can
Yeah.
understand because it's getting complex sometimes.
Mm.
But I was wondering, did you guys apply for an Epic grant at some point?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have done. I haven't actually been on the on the team while we have applied for one. I don't think. I think it was like before I joined. But Strix would definitely have some awesome tips for that. He's really good with applying for grants and stuff. So yeah. I mean, I'm been on hand when we've applied for one or two, but it was quite different to the Epic one. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at what they asked for, and it's quite simple compared to what I'm used to. So
Oh, really?
it's
Interesting. Yeah. Very much
what
like
do you feel
content
about the
focused.
change in the monetization that is coming?
I've seen a lot of people making YouTube videos about it, and I'm sort of like it's a little bit clickbaity, I think, because it is really. It seemed like all they were saying was that they're going to bring the whole paying once you earn a good amount of money. They're going to bring that. It's only fair that that's also across all industries, not just games.
Yeah,
And I think that's no biggie really. I think that's totally fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just because they make the engine available to everyone who would like to develop a game, like it means the engine will always be available to everyone, even if you don't end up making a game with it. So
Yeah.
I guess maybe some features can be locked behind a subscription, like maybe like stuff like end display that like nobody making a game even care about it. So they might hide that kind of features.
Yeah, true. I mean, I hope they don't because like that does open stuff out to indie studios, You can still be a small time or fairly smaller time. I mean, maybe not using end display because you need an LED volume for that, but I guess you could use like I've been using it for projection mapping and stuff, so it's like
Yeah.
Hey guys,
hey Freddie, how you did?
I'm looking your secret YouTube video. I don't want to. I'm like there will be no leak, but I kind of confused with that part with the mate element because I did like I watched like 20 times and I did like step by step,
Really?
but my like mate works like upside down.
Is it like the
And my
reverse of what it
table,
should be?
my table is visible and the planes have that world
Yeah,
human,
yeah.
and I'm confused.
Fair enough. So, for the matte elements, you should be able to uh flip that mask. Um, so if I got a matte in here, let me jump to that same level so I can just do the exact same thing. But you should be able to, I guess, just invert. Do you want to share your screen actually, by the way, just so I can see exactly what's. Yeah. If you can.
I don't. I'm on mobile phone. I can.
Oh yeah, no
Send
worries.
video
No
because I have
worries.
no microphones. I can send screen.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna show you what I think might be the solution, and then you can see how it goes. But how's your show, Baron? Anyway, I mean, we kind of asked on chat, but
My show you. Yeah, the
Mm.
exhibition it went super well. It's still running.
Oh,
No
great.
issues so far, apparently.
So you've left Paris now and you've just left it running. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, they will return the computer back in late December.
Right.
And meanwhile, I'm working on a tiny version of it on another computer. I'm not sure how many screens I will be able to run on this one, but um, yeah, and I will be presenting that in Switzerland, but just like for a week
Mm.
in November. And I'm hoping that I can perform with it. So on the opening, I will be trying to perform with the system and with mocap and everything. So that's my goal this month, basically.
Nice, nice. So it was you had your like, do you say you had like 16 screens this time? Or like 12 or so screens?
Yeah,
And you,
16, yeah.
yeah.
Basically, 4 outputs, 4K each, that are split in full HD.
Mm.
And I was using the splitters I'm using are kind of cheap. I'm a bit underwhelmed, but it does look good for animated content.
So what does that mean for it to what is like a splitter? Is that just sending one feed to multiple screens kind of thing?
Well, you know how the GeForce cards are capped at 4 outputs?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So those
Getting more.
splitters are detected as a single 4K screen,
Mm.
but they do have 4 HDMI outs.
Mm. Mm.
So
Very
this
good.
is why I can reach shifting displays because of it.
Yeah, yeah. Very good.
But they completely destroy the like the quality. Like you could
Really?
not
Yeah.
properly read text on them
Mm. Mm.
because well, like the price of those splitters range from like $100 to like 2K.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got the cheap ones, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not too bad. It's a good compromise.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for proof of concept. And hopefully, if someone can finance better gear.
Yeah. Be doing it in the sphere soon.
And the gear is always an issue.
Yeah. It's the race to have enough gear for it. So in this level, this is not the version that I thought I was looking at, but I should be able to show you the mask stuff. It might be that you can. So this is in the way. Might be that you can flip your mask. It looks really weird what's going on in your screenshot, but one way to just flip your mask is so this is my mask here. You can just put a one minus node here, and that actually just inverts any color information. So worth trying this 1 minus node.
Yeah, we'll try it if we suck.
Yeah. Really weird. It looks like that matte is like correct though. It might be worth showing me your full transform pass as well, because it looks like there's some other weirdness going on with the layering.
Yeah, but it now it looks like that. Like the videos are
Covered up by this black, yeah. Could you send me your full transform pass?
Yeah. And my computer like is super laggy with it. I don't know. Like the 3D car the 4090 is on 99%, so I don't know how usable actually will this be.
Wow, yeah. So got these two, and you got this one. You could switch those overnodes around as well. So see here, you've got everything all of your cameras and everything is under your CG. But what you should do is put the CG underneath all of these.
Okay.
So-
I then.
So
like,
just
how that
switching,
it will be.
just switching those two like that.
So CG to B and cameras to A.
Yes, yeah. So, because if you kind of think about it, you've got your CG is being rendered first, and then all of your cameras are being put on top of it. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's got to
I
go
understand.
over, and then the mask
So
is
I need
staying
to
apart from
remove
this.
that -1 again because.
Maybe, yeah, might be worth. So you're still getting really bad performance with it.
Yeah, where is that button that show FPS here? I have like 11 FPS right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And without any composure stuff running, if you like eyeball all of this off, is it? I guess it's gonna go up to like 100 odd, 120.
If I turn off that computer component,
Yeah, just like eyeball all of these off.
if I disable it, like still 11.
Oh really? Oh wow. So there's something going on. Like, it's not just composure doing that. Then there's something in your level or something you've got running. Because what?
Like now, if I turn off that layer element 1, I got 100 FPS over.
Oh, there you go. So it's your. It's like, so if you just turn this one off, right?
If I turn on layer element, that FPS dropped again.
Yeah.
And I don't see all the cameras in that compo. Maybe it's in that transformers is something wrong again.
So you're still not getting the layering.
Because I don't know if it's right now, but I see only one camera, like the middle one. No, I see all, but oh sorry, I see everything, but the pink guy is still there.
You just
yeah,
need
over there.
to you just need to turn him off here. Mesh component. Like this. You can just set that to invisible, and it will still let the camera go over the top in the right place, but just the actual pink guy will be invisible.
In the layer of that plane.
Yeah, so you can just click on your plane like in the world, and then I've got mine as a blueprint, so it's slightly different. But you just go to, I think
Yeah,
it's
but if I turn on the visibility, it is hidden in the world, and it disappear in the composure also.
oh really?
Yeah.
Definitely shouldn't do that. You definitely in the mesh component underneath the top one.
Oh, mesh components.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same story.
That's weird. And so like even looking through the composure comp like this, you still can't see it.
Give me a sec. Yeah, even no, in the composure, there's just the background disappears. So
So that yeah, it's just like the plane just gives you like a visual cue of where it's supposed to be. What I do is I like get the talent or get it at this point where it's just been keyed, and I send this out via render target. You can go output render target. Oh, sorry. If you want your person to be in your scene as well, you can output this to a render target and then output that to a material and just put that material on the plane. But then you might get like bleeding around the edges and stuff. But if you want to see it in 3D space as well, you can do that.
okay.
But yeah, so it's like it's only going to be in the final comp that the that the people are visible, but this can go over the viewport on begin play, or you can output this. So is your mask working now?
Yeah, my mask is working.
Okay, that's cool.
Precisely. Thank you, man.
That's cool. Yeah, no probs. Yeah, be cool to hear how you get on with it. Are you gonna? Well, I mean, the performance thing is still really weird.
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
if I have the element one running, like I have like 13 FPS, and if I'm to make I have like 99 over.
Have you tried this like on begin play as well? Because if I usually when I press play and I let it like warm up for like 10, 20 seconds or something,
I will try it.
usually, so yeah, for me, that's now going fairly high. It's like 40-ish. Still not great, but
No, it's have the same terrible performance.
it's not any higher than
Uh,
it was. Warms up a little bit.
No, it's like the same from the beginning to the end.
Wow, okay.
Anyway, man, thanks for help.
Yeah,
I
no
will.
problems.
I have to prepare studio for live stream, so I have to turn that project off, and
Yeah.
I will come back later to it. So when I get something,
Yeah,
when
no
I
problems.
like finish the video, I will
Yeah,
PM you.
yeah, let me know how you get on. Yeah, awesome.
Thank though.
Nice one. So, have a good one.
Ciao.
Nice.
Would you like to show me the camera switcher thing?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I was gonna. Oh, I've got to switch branches again, but yeah, because I've.
So have you
Yeah, so.
do you know about open stage control?
I guess so. Yeah, yeah. It's just like another. It's like MIDI, isn't it? But
Their name is so confusing.
what's that?
The protocol is Open Sound Control.
Yeah.
But Open Stage Control is like a tool that uses OSC.
Oh, right. Okay. Amazing.
There are several tools like that. Like Touch OSC on an iPad is quite well known, but so it's an open source version of that, and I like that it runs on the computer and it streams the interface. Well, the interface works kind of like a website, and you just connect to a specific port and you load on any device connected in the same Wi-Fi. You can load this interface.
Really nice. Yeah. So you could be controlling it like from a separate machine. That'd make a lot of sense. Yeah, for sure.
And because like unlike Touch Designer, it does not require like something else that you install, and so I'm thinking maybe it could be a path, like it's something else that people need to install and run, but it's not as complicated as asking people to use Touch Designer in a way. It's more versatile as well.
Yeah, also like if it's if it's most of its back end is done already, then people can kind of I love the idea of having something where people can like with MIDI where you kind of hit record and then you wiggle one of the things on MIDI and it just picks it up. If you have something like that on the back end where people can just kind of input it, it'd be great. Yeah.
So all the logic would still be in Unreal, but you can have like just a touch screen with buttons.
Yeah, totally. Really into developing something like that. Let me just play this in this one. Yeah, I'm really into looking at MIDI and stuff as well, and just found like this pretty awesome looking source of videos from someone from Unreal Engine actually talking about MIDI. Where is it? So it looks like he's doing it the right way, kind of thing, if he's from Unreal. But yeah, had someone else who was using OSC just to make his own little just receiver and senders of messages basically, then picking that up in Unreal. Be a great way to do it. So yeah, this switcher, this is where it's at the moment. Let me know like literally any thoughts with this, anything that could be added or changed, or anything that's just pointless, because it's currently just running as a HUD over the top of the whole game. So it's got this like viewport off at the moment. But the idea with that is that you can always have a final output. So it could be sending out to another monitor or something. So you wouldn't actually need this viewport here. I've gone through stages of trying to have editor utility widgets and things like that, which they do let you load this in another window, but the editor utility widget will stop running when you hit play, and it won't work in a packaged game. So at the moment I'm running it like this with a HUD over the top, but maybe this OSC or something could be a better view to that. Then all I've got really is 4 cameras in the scene, and they've all just got really low res render targets going out. So obviously not great having loads of render targets flying around, but you can play them all and they're all really low res. I can actually go a bit lower with this resolution, and then you can actually nice, thanks man.
So it's viable to have the interface.
Yeah, just so you can preview, so you're like, oh, what's camera 3 doing? Do I like the look of that? That's queued up, and then you can even just pause that again. That'll give you a bit more FPS back.
I could work with up the stage as well. I've seen people try to do this, and it would make sense maybe if with a lower frame rate, like 1 screenshot per second or something like that.
Oh, what? So these are capturing at a low frame rate themselves. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Imagine
if that's what you're
have
saying.
that on a tablet,
Yeah, yeah.
So you have like the main computer running the whole thing, but as you perform it, you just have like a tablet with like those controls, and it's so like intuitive and close to you. And
Totally. Yeah, be really
this
cool.
is awesome.
Cool, thanks, man. Yeah. And like I think I've got quite a good logic with this kind of camera system. It's like this camera with the red dot above it is just hopping around from camera to camera, basically. And it's like how a lot of people work with the Alcams. Because then also this is the only one that's rendering at high res, and so if you hit like so this is like a TV switcher. Apparently, like if you hit program, that's actually the preview before it's actually going out, and if you hit preview, confusingly enough, that's actually the final image going out. So this preview one here is the only thing that's a high res render target, and you can actually like change that on the fly, but that was just for my testing. But so this high res render target is always going out. And then when you queue up, say you like the look of camera 2 and you queue that up, this camera just jumps to that position basically. I think I might have
So the other cameras are meant to let the user place points of view in a more intuitive way.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
mostly just to position the cameras, and then it's only like the main camera that picks up the image.
Yeah, exactly.
The actual image views.
Yeah, it's just kind of like queuing, like a safe kind of queuing system. You know exactly what's there before it's actually going out.
Right.
Yeah, and it's literally just mimicking broadcast TV switches. I just looked at what they do, and then obviously you could have sequences going on with all of these. Each of these cameras could be on sequences, and like it is doing a very basic thing, but yeah, I feel like there's potential for it for sure. So I kind of want to work in.
At the moment, no interpolation.
No, so yeah, that is another thing that TV switches have. They have a slider like this. So yeah, like obviously your camera interpolation stuff could work really well with this. Be interesting to see how those could slot together. Yeah. I guess it would be like this main camera that's got the high res render target would just lerp to, or whatever interpolation to these different positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would find the position of your target camera, because if you move it, it could like automatically like so you find the camera the target, you stand the way I work with Blueprint right now, I do tell my main camera that, oh, I'm about to launch an interpolation, and right after telling it that, like, it's a boolean essentially, and right after telling that, then I send the new
location.
The target position.
Yeah. So if the camera's moving, you would have to do that like on tick or something, wouldn't you? Which would be quite costly. But maybe it's nice to just have this. Okay, cool. Oh, so it is on tick anyway. That's cool.
I'm not sure how it could be done other than being on tick, other than using a timer.
Yeah, like
But it's kind of the same thing, right?
yeah. I guess it just could be a little bit delayed if that becomes a resource heavy thing. But I think like tick gets a lot of bad rap, but I think so people are like, wow, I want to use it for nothing. But if it's like a key part of your system, then I think it's fair enough. Yeah.
And like that's minor, but it can make a difference. Like suppose I launched this 10 seconds long interpolation, but during that interpolation I moved the target. Well, instead of like breaking or instead of forcing me to wait for the interpolation to be done, the system will just adapt and still aim for the moving target, basically.
Yeah, really nice, really nice. I guess like another interesting thing would be how does someone set those can someone set those cameras positions while the game is running?
Yeah, I've been doing it. Well, I actually store all those positions in Touch Designer, so I need it to be available as it runs. So yeah, but that's my whole point. Like I want to be able to reshape the whole environment without having to repackage the game, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
So to do it without Touch Designer or external tools, you just need some kind of preset system.
Yeah, and you had a really awesome one with Touch Designer, didn't you? You were saving presets. That was really in depth, really impressive. So something like that for just switching cameras in here could work. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's the most. I've had like performance issues that I'm not sure how to. Like, I haven't been able to properly identify the source, but I have a feeling that sending too much stuff over OSC all the time is not ideal.
Okay. Yeah.
And so for that reason, I am considering like just moving everything over to Unreal.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got your project from a little while ago, haven't I? So I would love to see how that interpolation, if I can get under the hood of that interpolation system and see how it works out. Yeah.
It's the best I could do at the moment. I mean, I'm not sure if it's how it can be done differently, but I think it's a good system because it makes it's a bit more work to implement because my goal is to be able to animate like any parameter this way.
Yeah.
But I like that it's compatible with both an interpolation and direct control.
Yeah, and that kind of chasing is awesome, isn't it? You know, you can be like, right, now this one, now that one. Like, I guess a way to do it without tick would be like you have a button that just says like, you know, broadcast this value to the thing that's looking for it. So you can be like, okay, I've now set this to, like, you know, set this position to here. You just press like, you know, interp 2 button, and then while that's interping 2, you can move it here and then press the next interp 2 button. Be a kind of chasing system without everything being on tick. Maybe. Yeah.
The limitations usually, well, it's like I want to avoid the scenario in which I have to wait for a transition to be done before doing something.
Yeah.
And like I want to keep everything as open and fluid as I can. So I think for those, like ideally just running on tick all the time might be fine. Like it's just a few floats for the camera. It's not too bad.
Yeah, true. Yeah, nice. So yeah, I guess my next stages for this is having some queuing system for sequences. Maybe just someone like setting them all in editor, saving that out, and then once they run it, it's like at the moment this system is, I guess it's made for someone who's going to build this in Unreal Engine and then just launch it as a it doesn't seem like it's like a packaged thing at the moment, but be really interesting with your Interp 2 stuff and stuff like that, like how it could potentially become packaged. I definitely want to avoid making a whole level editor or anything like that, but maybe there's like a load level then load camera system kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, it's not too complicated. Expose the camera position parameters on an interface somewhere, and you can just improvise on the fly with that. But how do you actually move the main camera at the moment? Because you don't simply switch to one camera to the other. You always like move the main camera.
No, it should actually. So if I do it like in the viewport and then just show this. So when you hit so if you just like follow that red dot when you hit preview for one, the camera just jumps to the position of the other camera.
But like how does it jump?
It's at the moment just like set transform, get transform of this, set that as the transform. It's really simply.
You could easily manipulate that.
Yeah. Like a timeline, I guess. Timeline and alpha.
Yeah, but I haven't touched Unreal in a little while, but there's this when the first time I built this, I was trying to use this other interpolation. Was it an actual lerp? No, it was not a lerp. I was trying to use the thing that does not work like a lerp. I don't remember the name.
Was it like AI move to or something? Was it like move to?
No. It's a way to like when it receives new value, it asks like it needs event tick, and it needs like a speed parameter, and then whenever the value changes, it will just like interpolate and slow it down. Slow down the time it takes until you get to that new value. I think
it's not like when you do like add timeline here, and then it's like this gives you like an alpha, over time.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Because this means that if you need direct control, you need it like whenever the timeline is off, give me direct control over the parameter. And when you start the timeline, you want to sync with the current. Like this can work, but it's a lot more work to implement.
Okay.
With what you have. But what I'm thinking about, I'll just launch Unreal.
Sure.
Because I feel like you could have some kind of maybe not perfect, but an interpolation system that would be very easy to implement.
Nice, yeah. I guess also if you've just got like look at tracking on the camera set to the talent as well, it could be quite a nice way to just bounce the camera from position to position.
I've never got that to work.
Oh really? Look at tracking.
Same with
I guess for this it's got actor to track sphere, and then in here I am changing. I think I'm changing like all the camera settings. I'm not actually changing the look at tracking, so I mean, you could test this by just moving this to like here, so it's looking away, and then if I launch it on here, if I preview 2, yeah, and it's still looking at the talent. So that camera's still got the same look at tracking settings, even though it's taken on all the other settings of the other camera. Because I set this up to take on the focus settings as well, so you can see the field of view is shorter on this one, so you can set the field of view and the focus settings. So that's that's quite nice. And that's literally just from going through here and just going through all of these different kinds of camera settings, making sure they're all set. So you could even like turn on and off that look at tracking, but yeah, that does seem to work. So you could do like interp 2 position, and then with the look at tracking on the talent, it'll kind of orbit while looking at it. But I guess we'll see if it breaks it when we do this lerp.
yeah, just adding interp built on this system, aside from requiring event tick, it would not be much different than what you currently have.
Nice, nice. Very cool.
Yeah, the thing I have in mind, it's just the interpolation node, basically.
Okay, so it's just a node called interp, is it?
Yeah.
Very cool.
And you have one for float and one for vector.
Oh, so this is float interp too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool,
So
cool,
this
cool.
means you set the speed. Well, I stopped using it because the speed thing is kind of unpredictable.
Okay.
And I wanted like very precise control, and this one is weird. And you connect.
Is it like because? Sorry, let me finish. Sorry.
Yeah, the delta time is just delta seconds, but interp speed is weird. I'm not sure how it works.
Do you think it's because it's being weird because it's like speed, but then it's speed over distance as well? So if the things are further away from each other, it will take that same amount of time to travel to something that's further away, you know?
Yeah, it's supposed to. It's just weird.
So I'm gonna have to put one of these in between each of these, right? Looks like it, yeah. Looks like, and then so have they got?
You need to keep track of the current value that you keep feeding that node, and the target is wherever you want to go. And the cool part is if the target changes, the system will just adapt and do its job.
Cool, cool. I'm guessing it's a bit complex with focus settings though, because this is all of these different things that's changing.
And many of those cannot be interpolated either.
Yeah, so the transform shouldn't be too hard, surely. You do an interp here. T transform interp T.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Literally.
Very cool. So then, so that's preview 2, and I guess I need like a speed anytime.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like,
It needs to be from the tick, pretty much.
okay. Oh wow. So it's
The delta seconds variable from the event.
right. So I haven't made one of those yet, actually. Should I do that just in here?
And it probably means that the whole thing needs to run
from tick.
Yeah, and like I'm sure it's not like the most optimized way of doing it, but it can run all the time, and if current and target are the same, there will just be no motion.
Okay, yeah. Can I do it like this though? Just grab that variable. Like maybe that can run off of this event, right? What's this? Oh, target. Oh, so it's from. What was I doing? So you want to. So I'm getting the transform of this, and I want to set the transform to this, don't I? Oh wait, so that's the capture. So that's the current, and then that's the target.
Exactly. Okay, so camera 2 would be your target.
Yeah. So this hour capture is just the one that's always going out. Yeah. All right. So
and since you keep setting it, you will need to
do the tick.
tick it at every frame, pretty much.
Okay.
So
Are you sure? I can't just launch this like this and then it will?
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure. I get it. Yeah. So I wanna be in camera 1. Move to camera. Oh.
So I guess it kind of
Hold
made
on.
one step towards the target, but
Okay. So yeah. I see. That might be why I need tick. Yeah. So that is definitely there, and that's gonna go there. So it should be back over here. 2's there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So that needs to be. But how do I do all of these on tick? Because I've got, a custom event for each of these. Maybe. See,
well, each of those end up being the same code, pretty much, right? So you could turn that into a variable, like.
Oh yeah. So instead of preview 3, it's just like preview camera button. Is that right?
So that system would run like directly with Eventic, but then instead of picking the position of camera 2, it would pick camera 3 instead.
Yeah, yeah. And the custom event would just be like pick camera, right? And then
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah. Still, it's
yeah, that's
pretty
really
close.
yeah, that's really cool. I guess it'd be a fair amount of setting some arrays for some of these, and then depending which so like in this I need like an array of cameras, don't I? So I need like a
I would put
float or something.
every parameter that cannot be interpolated, I would put them along with like what you already have. Like basically your custom event would set those
So like all of these.
parameters that you don't want to interpolate.
Mm-hmm. But I do want to change these sometimes. So the
That's right.
the
Well,
camera 4 might have, you know, a smaller focal length or something.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the focal length is interesting to interpolate.
Yeah. I guess yeah, that's one to interpolate. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. I'll have a think about how to work that.
Well, if you take a look at the projects I sent you, this is kind of that kind of stuff is in there.
Pretty much same thing. Yeah. Thank you. Really cool. Really cool. But yeah, I will mull over that in the evening. That's really cool. Yeah, Interp to be an awesome way to do that. Yeah, great to chat as well. We should jam on this stuff more. It's really cool.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of like the text and some video editing for the documentation of my stuff, and I can't wait to jump back into Unreal.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, as I say, talk to Strix Nebulosa about the application as well. He'd definitely help you out with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I want to. Well, I'm gonna ask him for some kind of letter that shows that we've been in touch, because I think Epic cares a lot about that, like building communities.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the best communities are not gonna be built by Epic directly.
Yeah.
They're gonna be built by like all those smaller projects. So it's kind of
They're invested in that. Yeah.
well, I hope they're not gonna cut in that Epic grant budget because of all the cuts they've been doing though.
Yeah, yeah. I have to see. Well, yeah, best of luck with it. I hope it goes well. Yeah, yeah. Keep me posted.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, catch you soon then. Thanks.
All right, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.